reporting, broadcast production, and online innovation. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS working together in new ways to bridge the classroom to the community in the digital age.
Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.
Are your ducks in a row? Almost half of Americans do not have a proper estate plan. Estate plans are more than matters of money and inheritance. They can guide your future health decisions and provide special instructions for loved ones in your care. Put your mind at ease by getting your ducks in a row today.
Coming up next on Arizona PBS, Life and World.
At ASU, we believe the most important semester is the one that starts after you get your diploma, the one called life. So we work hard to help our alumni thrive, teaching them the importance of not only achieving their goals, but exceeding them. With innovative programs that embrace hands-on learning, that encourages real-world growth. Our alumni know it can be the education of a lifetime, for a lifetime. For more information, asu.edu.
Watch sneak previews of what's coming soon. Go to azpbs.org/previews today. Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
Love and Life After 50 magazine, providing travel, entertainment, health, and lifestyle news for mature Arizonans for the past 35 years. Online at loveandlife.com and available at all Valley Walgreens locations.
Today's program is sponsored by RADW CPAs, Business and Financial Advisors, serving the needs of businesses and individuals since 1953.
From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
He's not going to plead guilty because he's not guilty.
Why Joe Arpaio's lawyer insists that America's toughest sheriff will not serve time for criminal contempt of court charges.
Candidates continue to campaign for the November election, but hundreds of thousands of Arizonans have already cast their ballots. We have the record-setting early voting numbers in the Valley.
Robots take over the classroom in one Yuma elementary school. How the teacher is using the robots to build the students' teamwork skills.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Carla Liriano.
And I'm Cassie Ronda. Thank you for joining us. Early voting in record numbers. Cronkite News has contacted elections officials across the state, and they say the first 2 weeks of early voting are like none they've ever seen before. Reporter Allison Hoskins is here to share the details on this spike in early voting numbers. Allison?
County recorder offices across the state report that thousands of early ballots have already been received. They feel that more people are voting early because of such a contested presidential seat. In Maricopa County, more than 500,000 early ballots have been sent into the county recorder's office, and Pima County has received 155,080 early ballots.
I think this amount of turnout is higher than normal, but also it's difficult to compare from election to election. We have a contested presidential seat, and we haven't had that since 2008. Early voting wasn't as prominent back in 2008 as it is now.
One reason why people are turning their ballots in early is to make sure their voices are heard. You can check the status of your early ballot through the county recorder's website.
Some people want to make sure that they get their vote in, and they want to do it early.
I think there's a lot of controversy regarding it and surrounding it, so I think people are more empowered or and excited to say, I voted and I contributed.
Yavapai County has processed just over 27,000 of the 102,640 ballots they've sent out. Leslie Hoffman is the county recorder for Yavapai County, and she says this election is bringing out new voters.
I think I just see increased excitement over the election this year. The best part about this election is it's really brought a lot of people out who haven't voted in the past.
The last day to request an early ballot by mail is October 28th, and the last day to vote early in person is November 4th. The general election is November 8th. In the Broadcast Center, Allison Hoskins, Cronkite News.
Arizona Democrats are in court today to argue that ballots cast by voters in the wrong precinct should still be counted. Lawyers from state and national Democratic parties will speak in front of an appeals panel after the request was denied earlier this month. Representatives say that Arizona throws away more out-of-precinct ballots than any other state. Democrats are also asking for an extra day of voter registration and are challenging a law that bans certain ballot collection.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio continues his fight for re-election as his lawyer mounts a legal battle against criminal contempt of court charges. A judge has now signed the order officially charging the sheriff. Cronkite News reporter Katie Berry talked to Arpaio's lawyer about how this might affect the sheriff's future.
Sheriff Arpaio's lawyer calls the timing of these contempt of court charges politically motivated and says this case won't stop the sheriff from taking office if he wins re-election.
A lot of people try to suggest, gee, this is a done deal. It is far from a done deal. We are going to fight at every step of the way.
With less than 2 weeks away from Election Day, Sheriff Joe Arpaio's attorney questions why a judge waited until now to sign the order, charging Arpaio with criminal contempt of court.
There was no reason why the referral and decision to charge couldn't have been made the day after the election. The timing, I think, was suspicious.
Thank you.
The Department of Justice declined to comment on the case. If convicted, Arpaio could face up to 6 months in jail. But his attorney does not expect the sheriff to do any time behind bars.
Not in my lifetime. That will never happen.
It was a long time in the making.
Danielle Magos was a plaintiff in a class action lawsuit that led to the criminal contempt of court charges.
Even though I was expecting it, it still, brought me some feeling of satisfaction that finally the system is beginning to take its course.
The trial is now set for December 6th, but that is expected to change. Arpaio's lawyer is asking the court to postpone the date. In the broadcast center, Katie Berry, Cronkite News.
Donald Trump Jr. will visit Arizona State tomorrow. Trump Jr. will speak to millennials while campaigning for his father. According to the campaign's press release, Trump Jr. will be speaking about his father's message and the importance of this election. The event will start at 2 p.m. tomorrow at the Sun Devil Recreation Center in Tempe. Hillary Clinton's daughter Chelsea also held a rally at ASU last Wednesday.
Donald Trump opened his new hotel in Washington, D.C. today, amidst critics slamming him for taking a break from the campaign trail. Trump is defending his decision, saying that he thinks he's entitled to 1 hour off. Trump also said that he, quote, built one of the great hotels of the world. What am I supposed to do? Not show up? End quote.
This is what I want to do for our country, and this is what we're working so hard to do. Right now, just about everything our government touches is broken or they break it.
Speaking of broken things, Trump's Hollywood Walk of Fame star was vandalized. Officials say that a man dressed as a construction worker used a sledgehammer and pickaxe to destroy Trump's star early this morning. Police secured the site and a tent was placed over the star.
Both presidential candidates have been in Florida this week, a highly contested battleground state. Hillary Clinton was in Lake Worth, Florida today and got to celebrate a little. Clinton turned 69 today. She said she offers a different vision than Trump, including her commitment to working with foreign allies. She also questioned Trump's understanding of the Constitution.
He doesn't understand it is the most important founding document for the longest lasting, greatest democracy in the history of the world.
Clinton also said that while Trump would bring tax cuts for the wealthy and mass deportations, she would bring in more college opportunities and immigration reform.
The presidential election is spilling over into the holiday season, and on this National Pumpkin Day, people are using their pumpkins to poke fun at the candidates. Homeowners across the country are making pumpkins that look like Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. There's even one that looks like Russian leader Vladimir Putin. One Yuma teacher uses robots to build their students' science and technology skills.
The students say they weren't quite sure they were up to the task.
They're like, are we building this? This looks really complicated.
I was like, what?
The teacher had a challenge of her own, how she pulled together the money to fund the project for their low-income school.
PBS is unveiling a new channel that features more educational programs like Sesame Street, where you can watch the new channel.
Election Day 2016, the historic end to a long campaign. Who will voters elect as the next president of the United States? Which party will control Congress? What else will we learn from the voters? Join PBS NewsHour for special election night coverage. Analysis you won't find anywhere else. Tuesday, November 8th
on Arizona PBS.
I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. All my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now. Now.
This is a box that showed you a world beyond your own. It was just a box, but the world has changed, and so have we. And now the box can be almost any size or shape. And you decide what you want to explore. Anytime, any place. Break out of the box with PBS.
One Yuma teacher used ingenuity to bring robots to her classroom, and she found corporations to fund it. Jessie Canales shows us her students are getting hands-on STEM learning. Jessie?
As Governor Doug Ducey encourages recent high school graduates to continue their learning in fields of science and mathematics, a group of children show it's never too early to start STEM learning.
Giant bugs, dinosaurs, and robots? Oh my.
1, 2, 3, 4. We put it in the 6th.
The 4th grade students at C.W. McGraw Elementary School in Yuma can build them all while learning skills in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The children work in teams, build the robots using tools, and follow the manual to make the robots go. C.W. McGraw Principal Adar Garcia says the abilities the children are learning will help them in the future.
It's the troubleshooting part, the initiative it gives them, the analysis, the skills.
The program was the idea of 4th grade teacher Elena Armendaris. She created a donors choose page to fund the STEM program. None of the children have ever worked on a robotics project like this before.
When I told them, kids, we're going to start working on the robots, they didn't believe me. And they thought they would be something like paper robots.
When the children realized they had to build actual robots, they were stunned.
Are you building this? This looks really complicated. I was like, what?
Many of the students are from low-income families, and the school staff wanted their children to have the same opportunity as others.
I believe in them, their parents believe in them, you know. Now the community believes in them, and it just gives them, you know, the power to succeed.
The total amount from the Donors Choose donations is more than $600, and the bulk of the donation comes from Shea Oil and Chevron.
The robots are only part one of the Children's STEM project. Their next step is building volcanoes, which were funded by the same donations received through the Donors Choose page. In the Broadcast Center, Jessie Canales, Cronkite News.
Doctors are now prescribing more Elmo and less YouTube. New research from the American Academy of Pediatrics announced changes to its recommendation for screen time. And Cronkite News reporter Alicia Gonzalez shares a new viewing option for Arizona families.
The research shows well-designed media that parents and children can watch together could be a new tool for learning and even social interaction. To help that effort, Arizona PBS announced today they're launching a new channel, bringing 24/7 free educational programs to your home. The PBS Kids channel will launch on 8.4 in January. The new shows are aimed at preschool through early elementary age children in efforts to develop a stronger educational foundation for them. And because it's free over the air, it aims to help children in economically disadvantaged area.
So these are really poor families that can't afford Netflix, they can't afford broadband internet access, they can't afford anything else, and we're the only channel that they can access for their kids to have good educational and fun educational content.
It allows kids to watch good programs in the evenings when they're out and about and probably getting in trouble sometimes, or parents may not be at home. It allows caregivers to keep them entertained, perhaps with something which is a little more healthy for them.
The AAP research shows, though, that parents should be the primary source of education in their children's lives, with technology as a learning partner. In the control room, Alicia Gonzalez, Cronkite News.
Multiple car companies are alerting people about recalls.
Coming up, is your car part of those recalls? We'll take a look at which cars need to go back to the dealership. Plus,
it's another hot October day out there. Will the temperatures cool down in time for Halloween trick-or-treating? I'll have your full forecast coming up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm always searching to feel like I fit into something.
We are the people that we are because of our past.
I'm just one of many who stopped being silent.
They said the fight would break us, the struggle helped to make who we are.
It's just proof of how far we have come.
Make sure in all the hustle and bustle, we don't lose sight of why we're here.
It all boils down to communicating the lives we live.
If you look closely, they've got a story to tell.
It connects with you in a very deep way.
We wish you love, peace, and soul.
Come with us on this great adventure.
I've been getting used to waking up.
Come and play with us.
Onward and onward.
Good ideas open up a whole new world of possibilities.
The more you know about history, the more you know about yourself.
The sky's the limit.
Where I go, there you are.
California judge has given final approval to Volkswagen's $14 billion settlement of charges that it installed defeat devices on some of its diesel cars to cheat emissions testing. About $4 billion will go to the states for cleaner programs, but $10 billion will go straight to consumers. Sabella Scalise has details on what consumers need to do to claim their share.
The settlement could affect as many as 10,000 Arizona drivers. They now have the green light to give their affected Volkswagens and Audis fixed, or sell them back to the dealer.
When consumers go into a dealership to get their checks, there is no negotiation about the check. That they can buy a new Volkswagen if they want, or they can take the check and buy a different car or use the check for whatever they want.
Consumers have 2 years to file a claim, but they can start immediately. Once they file a claim online, the dealer has 90 days to set up an appointment and give them a check. COM urges drivers to deal directly with Volkswagen or the Federal Trade Commission. With each driver standing to get thousands for the faulty cars, COM says there are people out there looking to collect your money.
We've had a number of complaints about dealers, not necessarily Volkswagen dealers, but other dealers, trying to buy back the Volkswagen cars now because the premium that they get through the settlement is so great that they would make money then selling the car to Volkswagen. Consumers should not do that.
It's not clear how much drivers in Arizona will get, but the state is scheduled to receive $50 million to encourage the use of zero-emission vehicles. In Washington, D.C., Sabella Scalise, Cronkite News.
If you have a certain Audi or VW diesel from 2010 to 2015, you should check online to see if you have a claim. We've included the full details and a link in our story on cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Toyota is recalling about 5.8 million cars overseas due to deadly airbag inflators. The company will recall vehicles in Japan, Europe, China, and other countries, bringing the total number of recalled cars to over 23 million. The airbag inflators can rupture and spew out shrapnel. Officials say that as many as 16 deaths worldwide can be linked to the faulty inflators. Cars in the U.S. with those inflators have already been recalled.
Arizona drivers have helped raise $2 million to date on breast cancer treatment. Governor Doug Ducey announced today that the Department of Transportation has issued nearly 110,000 pink ribbon plates in the last decade. Drivers are charged a $25 fee for the plates, with $17 going directly to breast cancer awareness programs. The pink plates were put into effect in 2006.
And it may be October, but Arizona temperatures are still high. Will they cool down in time for Halloween? Lauren Hornberger has your forecast.
And it's still hot out there in parts of Arizona. Let's take a look at your temperatures across the state. 93 in Phoenix, 91 in Yuma, but up north it is still 69 in Grand Canyon and 68 in Flagstaff. Let's take a look at your valley temperatures, what it feels like outside right now. You got 90 in Glensdale and Phoenix, 87 in Buckeye. Temperatures around that high 80s, low 90s. Could it cool down? It doesn't look like it, as we're going to get higher temps tomorrow. Right now we are seeing an average high more than usual, 92 out there today. Usually we're seeing about 85 degrees. As we look in your next few hours, we've got 91 on your drive home, but it's going to be a nice 74 degrees tomorrow morning as you get ready for work and school. But that won't last long, as it could hit 100 tomorrow. Luckily, that won't last through the weekend. We'll see 93 degrees, and then when it comes to Halloween, you'll have 87 degrees for trick-or-treating. That'll cool down as the week goes. For Cronkite Weather, I'm Lauren Hornberger.
One Valley woman makes voodoo dolls as a creative outlet and not for evil.
Coming up, do you believe in magic? Why experts say that voodoo magic draws people in.
The confidence to lead our country.
This isn't reality television.
I feel like Hamilton reached out from history and wouldn't let me go until I told his story.
I make no apology for my actions. I would do the same again.
How have we come so far and yet have so far to go?
Right there, coming up.
In 1920s Melbourne,
careful with the hand luggage. My pistol's in there somewhere and it may still be loaded.
Phryne Fisher is a detective.
Things could get interesting around here.
Thought they already were. Who isn't afraid to live a little.
I hope you're not concealing a dangerous weapon under that skirt.
I'm concealing a lot of things.
Why do you think you could just run off on your own?
Because I'm carrying a gun.
The irresistible series, Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries.
Saturday night at 10 on Arizona PBS.
Hi, I'm Charlie Rose. As part of the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at ASU, Arizona PBS is providing a state-of-the-art venue for the next generation of journalists. From newsrooms in Washington, Los Angeles, and here in Phoenix, students engage in real-time, real-world news reporting, broadcast production, and online innovation. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS working together in new ways to bridge the classroom to the community in the digital age.
Fridays, it's at Cronkite News, your social sharing connection where you choose the news. Facebook likes and shares, tweets, retweets, and favorites. YouTube views and subscriptions. We're watching you watch us. From our digital home at cronkitenews.azpbs.org to your television, web browser, or mobile device. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Then join us for at Cronkite News, our weekly refresh, each Friday at 5 on Arizona PBS.
The Suns open their season tonight at Talking Stick Resort Arena against the Sacramento Kings. It's Earl Watson's first official game as head coach after serving as interim coach for the final 33 games of last season. Watson is the NBA's first head coach of Hispanic descent. Reporter Giselle Cancio caught up with Watson to see how heritage has become a part of his game.
After the Suns fired Jeff Hornacek in February, Earl Watson was put to the test as an interim head coach to close out the season. Now he stands at the helm of Phoenix Suns basketball as the youngest coach in the league and the NBA's first Hispanic head coach.
I mean, I can't even put that into words. It's ineffable, the best way to describe it. It's just a proud moment. You know, it's not about me. It's about, you know, the chance and the opportunity that my grandfather took and the vision he had to just make his life better for his future children and his grandkids.
At 18 years old, his mom sent him from Kansas City to Los Angeles with $400 and a duffel bag. Little did he know that while he played at UCLA, he'd develop a significant relationship with legendary Bruins coach John Wooden.
Coach Wooden is just a special person, and I think that's why he transcends beyond sport. When I first came on campus, I met him in the office. He immediately captured my attention, captured my heart, and the rest was just me just trying to be a student of anything he spoke about.
Watson's Hispanic upbringing translates on the court with his hands-on approach to coaching. He says his family does everything together, and he plans on bringing that theme and motto to Phoenix Suns basketball.
I mean, if you check Suns Twitter or Snapchat that they have, I mean, we got yoga sessions we go to together. They go on hiking trips. So it's definitely a close-knit family, and I think that what he's trying to do is build that culture.
You know, Earl is, he's honest and direct. It's a combination of love and honesty and toughness, and I think and I hope that'll manifest itself in the way our team plays.
Watson has challenged his young roster to be 1% better than yesterday every day, as he says the growth over time will bring momentum to a team vying to make the playoffs for the first time in 7 years. In Phoenix, Giselle Cancio, Cronkite News.
After tonight's opener against the Kings, the Suns will visit one of Earl Watson's former teams Friday. Phoenix will play in Oklahoma City, where Watson played during the 2008 to 2009 season.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS.
Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, is historically Republican Arizona about to turn blue? We'll talk about it, and we'll hear about a push to get seeds from foods into the hands of local gardeners and market farmers.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next NewsHour. How mathematics are helping shape the conversation about the election on Twitter. That's Wednesday on the PBS NewsHour.
Finally tonight, a Phoenix artist is conjuring voodoo dolls, but leaving out their dark past. Joey Carrera poked around a Glendale tattoo parlor to learn about her art that's perfect for this spooky time of year.
We've all seen pop culture references to voodoo, but the practices have deep roots and a very real following.
Katha Bouthier is a tattoo artist who radiates creativity. 5 years ago, she took her sketches from pen and paper to needle and thread.
I came out with a tooth fairy first, and I did it for my kids. And then from the tooth fairy, it kind of turned into a voodoo doll.
The handcrafted creations may seem like a fun novelty, but voodoo dolls show up throughout history, notably in colonial Haiti.
It was also influenced by French Catholicism, inside of which slaves were able to blend their traditional practices with the veneration of Catholic saints.
Bouthier doesn't sew dolls for malice. She says making actual voodoo dolls is an entirely different process.
There's a lot of spells and rituals that you need to go through.
Which means using a personal object, like if you wanted to get somebody's hair.
So you can put it together with a doll.
Whatever you do to the doll will happen to the person.
Both Bouthier and Daughtry believe there are forces of good and evil in the world.
It's magic. It all depends how you want to use it.
Bouthier says the enchantment of magic allures certain cultures more than others.
Hispanic people, because they believe more in stuff like this.
But people from any background can be drawn to the dark.
A white woman like me might be interested in voodoo precisely because it allows her to access the spirit world.
A custom voodoo doll will poke a $40 hole in your pocket. You can order one online through Rebel Devils Accessories Facebook page. Joey Carrera, Cronkite News.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Stunning discovery of a prehistoric village more than 3,000 years old in Britain.
We've got a pristine settlement going about its daily routine.
The village is rewriting Bronze Age history.
Glass is actually quite a rare find from the Bronze Age in England.
This is the crown jewels in terms of what it will tell us about past humanities.
After Stonehenge, on Secrets of the Dead.
Tonight at 9 on Arizona PBS. Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.